Hello gang, and welcome to Quadrant. What is it? Let's have a little look, shall we? And you've got a few settings, but nothing too major. The controller options, key bindings. Bit of a cumbersome system. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hopefully let me leave the same thing. Mouse sensitivity. So it's not too bad. Let's continue on with the story, as that is kind of all there is. One good thing, at least the game does allow you to have multiple saves in option at the same time. So it's definitely in the horror genre, and it's undoubtedly inspired by Alien Isolation. And overall, I mean, you can see graphically it's not the greatest game. That strange filter effect is because you're supposed to be wearing a biohazard type suit. I mean, in fact, this is set in 1979, tells you how much this is inspired by aliens. So here's a sort of type puzzle. You just have to check them through. Right, so those two are correct. And then as I get to each one, so you come back to that in a little bit. But this is a pretty good look at the game itself. It's not bad. It's all very good as far as the atmosphere goes. The UI, as you see there, was all. You've got a few audio logs. I haven't found any on this playthrough. You know, the usual thing: find audio logs, find letters, look through some drawers. If it lets some of them open, some of them don't. So the biggest problem really is it's not bad. It's just it's a bit samey is the biggest problem. So this one's locked, of course. Right, I'm going to have to sit through this puzzle. What I might do is just use the gift of video editing. I forgot about that. So we said that was 3C4 something. So then you click one of these to stop it. I think, is that 92, this one? No, it's not 92, but that's 8FF. Right, so we've got a couple of them. Oh, click too slow there. What did I say? That was 3C. Click too slow again. I forgot that one. I think that was 4. So we just need to figure that one out. So that's probably going to be 07. Is that correct? No, it's not 07. So, good grief, reactions of a slug tonight. So that was 3C, didn't we? Yes, we did. That was the 4CC. So that must be 102 then. Let's do it. Ah, there we go, that's it. So there are a few other little doors. There are a few little puzzle elements in this game like that, and but there are not many of them. Most of it is this kind of walking around in these corridors, and there is some aliens in it later on. Oh, talking about audio logs, here we go. So the story's nothing to write home about, but the voice acting is pretty good all the way throughout. So this sort of, sometimes you can interact with things, sometimes you can't. But most of it is just finding fuses to get the fuse boxes to open locked doors. The atmosphere is very good. And there is a few stealth bits later on in the game. And it'll take about 5 hours to... See, it's mostly that kind of stuff is the scares. You don't get much in the way of aliens. And the aliens themselves, when you do meet them, are a little bit disappointing. As I say, this isn't AAA graphics. It's certainly not Alien Isolation standard. And there's the usual air duct bits. There's a few FPS jumping bits. But it's cheap. And it's mostly well done. It's very competent. I'll give them credit where credit's due. I think there's the... How many fuses have we got? Collectibles. I also get the feeling the game's kind of half finished. Because there's certain... what's in here? Anything? I found some parts when I was playing around later on. I think it said alien gun or something. You don't get a gun at any point in the game, or unless I missed something, but the game itself is very linear. So although a lot of these things do seem sort of quite open, it is a very linear game. So it just depends really. If you're in the mood for a cheap Alien Isolation clone that's mostly well done but can be a little bit samey, this is definitely a good bet. So it's gloomy and quite in the atmospheric, it's very good like that. As I say, there's none of this magical running around looking for batteries, at least that you usually get in these kind of games. There's something we wanted down. That door there probably. The open door. That's the one I should have picked. Stick with me, gang. I know what I'm doing. Pro skills. This is all story based stuff, you see. That one at the bottom, please. Thank you. Still not quite sure what's happening with these. I think they're just the slides you find, you can watch them here. I think that's what's going on with this thing. So yeah, the atmosphere is good. The game is self-competent. Though some of the jumping sections, as you can see with that little jump like that later on, can be a little bit frustrating. And most of it is just the kind of same as the puzzle bits that you will come across. They're not overly complex. It's not a puzzle game at all. As far as atmosphere goes, it does a good job. Right, we're back where we started from. So what did I miss? Yeah, you can get the odd moment like this when you sort of find yourself the fact that's happening is I'm going the right way. Let's say as far as tension goes, it is pretty good. Oh, I think I probably want this or this, one of these two. So I think we'll pretty much conclude the video here, because there's not really a lot more I can add to it. Or do we want that door down there? Basically, yeah, if you want a cheap key card, we're looking for a key card. And of course we are. What horror game would be complete without looking for a key, eh? So yeah, it's cheap, it's well done. It just does get slightly repetitive occasionally in places. It'll be that one. You know, the typical duct bit. So there are a few stealth elements later on. There are a few bits where you've got to run and dash from aliens and a bit of jumping. Okay. and a few bits like this when you kind of get yourself a little bit disorientated. But overall, definitely one of the better independent horror games on Steam. It's not an awful Unity asset flip. Even if they're not the highest quality assets, they are at least very unique. The atmosphere it keeps out, you know, you really do feel like this is a facility at the beginning of the 80s. So they've done a great job on that front. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let me know you're alive. And I'll see you all next time. Bye now.